December 1st hits. And that old familiar feeling of intense panic and anxiety starts to kick in as you start speaking to your friends and family, and some people will tell you that they're already done with shopping for the holidays. Can anybody relate to that feeling, that sensation? I cannot tell you how many times I had lived that cycle. You guys, and I understand that cycle just as well as anyone else does. Because when the holidays used to roll around 7 or 8 years ago, I was still living on $25 a week for food. Heavens knew how I was going to be able to afford Christmas, to afford Hanukkah. Thank goodness for things like the 99-cent store, because that is exactly, hey else, where I used to get all of my gifts for the holidays. My budget used to be $15, and I would buy 15 gifts and I would wrap them each individually to make it look like more. And it totally worked because Serafina was, 3 years old. And yet that deep shame, that deep sense of failure, and that panic that sets in, right? That intense gripping fear. Oh my gosh, how am I going to afford the holidays? Why the heck do we do this to ourselves, guys? Why do we keep ourselves locked in this, this cycle of scarcity, of panic, of negativity, right? Why do we get anxious about spending the rent on gifts? If you're anything like me, gifts is one of my favorite love languages. So that's how I communicate with people. I buy them the perfect gift. I spend time thinking about what I want to get them. I will research where to get it for them. And that moment when I see their faces light up as they're opening it, because I know for darn sure that they're extremely excited to open it, that moment makes my day. It lights me up. And so I'm not interested in not spending that money on gifts. I'm going to spend money on gifts, but why do we keep ourselves trapped in this cycle of, oh my gosh, the holidays are coming, I can't spend any money, I gotta be really careful, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Why have we created this cycle for ourselves? It's so suffocating. It's horrifying. It like shakes us to the core. And then, or we rack up a bunch of credit card debt that we have to spend the next few months paying off. Again, feeling like a failure. Again, wishing that we had more money. Again, wishing that we had our stuff, our crap more under control. Right? Why do we put ourselves through this, guys? I have a thought. What about if we break this cycle? That's my tip. Get out of the cycle. Imagine next year what it would be like to have an extra $10,000 just for the holidays, or 20, or $50,000 extra. Can you even imagine what that would be like to have an extra $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 instead of worrying or stressing if you're going to spend too much money or how you're going to pay off those credit cards? You could take your entire family and extended family on a vacation for the holidays and splurge and spend all the money and still feel beautiful and comfortable and lovely and well within your abundance, because you've changed the way that you relate to money entirely. And that's the key, guys. That's why we get stuck, right? Because all of these things, hey Liliana, oh hey Susan, good to see you, honey. All of these things, they cloud our mind. We have these society pressures that society dictates. This is how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be stressed out about the holidays. We're supposed to spend too much money or max out our credit cards and cherishing and buying gifts for all of those people around us. What about the supposed to? I'm supposed to make an extra $50,000 or $100,000 next year so that I never have to be in that cycle of scarcity again. What about that? I, for one, am done. I am so done with this cycle of scarcity and not enoughness, with this constricting feeling around the holidays, with this fear, oh, I can't spend that because where's the money going to come from for the holidays, and then I still have to pay my mortgage or my rent January 1st, right? I'm done with that. I declare, I invite you to be done with that too. It's too much. Let's stop the cycle. Let's get into the flow of abundance. That is why I've created my webinar, The 3 Secrets to Magnetizing Money. Because I absolutely believe there's enough money, there's enough abundance out there for all of us. I truly believe to the tips of my toes that money magnifies who you are as a person. And so if you are kind and loving and generous, money makes you more of that. If you're a miser, you can have money and not have money. You're still going to be the same person, right? But for those of us who have a purpose, who have a mission to fulfill, the more money we have, the more we can sustain our message, the better the planet is, the happier we are, the happier our families are. And it's time, guys. It's time to be done with the scarcity, with the fear around money, with the negative stories that we have about it, with the not enoughness. It's time to be done. And here's the kicker. Nobody can do it for you. You're the only one who can show up. So I invite you to show up for yourself. I invite you to my free webinar where I'm going to be teaching the 3 secrets. By the way, people have used these tips. One of my friends, Mark, used one of the tools that I taught to accomplish his entire goal for the year, which, by the way, had been the same goal for the previous 3 years. He accomplished his entire goal within 2 weeks of learning how to use this tool. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just be on the call, hop on. I have limited seats, and I know a lot of people say that. I literally can only fit 150 people on the line during the webinar, and you know, it's just one time. So, I mean, like, it's a set time. So save your seat, so just so you can guarantee your spot, learn the techniques, and let's go ahead and change the cycle. Let's breathe around the holidays. Let's say, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Yes, I'll take one because I am not worried about money anymore, right? Let's get into that flow because we deserve it. We've all been working our tushies off. It's time for us to work less and make more. Have an awesome day. Mwah.